We are at Thursday, the 21st of March. And today, this afternoon, another episode, if not chapter, will be written in terms of the politics of contention, the politics of campaign or campaigning for the next general elections. That episode will be etched this afternoon when the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, will have his say in the 2024 budget debates. And what a lead-up we have been having to this day for the Prime Minister. Of course, what happened in the Parliament on Tuesday when it descended and the opposition leader, Mark Golding, was forced to abort his presentation when the governing majority walked out, leaving him without a quorum. He had to finish his presentation on the streets outside of Gordon House. Will he be allowed to complete his speech today? I don't know. I gather there's discussion taking place about that and whether, under the rules, there's any such provision. That's left to be seen. There's also the issue of whether the Prime Minister's presentation will suffer a similar fate of the opposition not being present. Well, the opposition has said clearly, or let me take back clearly, because with the politics you can't predict these days. This is what the opposition leader posted on his Twitter page sometime this morning, and saying, "See you in Parliament." That's the opposition leader, flanked by several members of the opposition. And based on that post this morning, they will be in Parliament this afternoon. So talk of a walkout or a boycott apparently not on as of this moment. What happens this afternoon is another event to watch, because we just don't know, because the politics is so fluid now and is being so intensely contested. The only thing that is sure now is the unexpected. That is what is sure. The unexpected. And in terms of what faces the Prime Minister this afternoon, this is going to be his 9th budget presentation as Prime Minister of Jamaica. He's into his 9th year as head of government. And the political realities are that his stars have been waning. His party's stocks are down. The opposition is feeling the wind behind their backs. The opposition is highly motivated and energized. And Mark Golding and the PNP are in what you may call a political upswing. The Prime Minister and the government are on the defensive. They do not have the political initiative as of this moment. He needs to regain the political initiative in the country. his administration is at a point where he will have to dig deep to pull it back, to regain the initiative. He will have to speak to the Jamaican people this afternoon and provide to the Jamaican people enough material, initiatives, policies, deliverables to answer one question that the Prime Minister is facing at this time. Why should the people of Jamaica retain confidence and trust in his leadership and not turn to Mark Jefferson Golding? Stripped of everything, that's what it comes down to now. Between now until when the next elections are on. The campaign is on. And that is a question that Mr. Holness will have to answer today. He will have to give the Jamaican people enough for them to say, we are going to keep faith and retain our confidence and trust in Andrew Holness as Prime Minister. And he will not be able to do that in one speech. Yes? He will not be able to do that in one speech. But certainly, he will have to start doing that with this speech. Yes? He will have to start doing that. So, we look towards the Prime Minister's presentation this afternoon. And at the same time, how will the opposition conduct themselves this afternoon? That is also going to be under the microscope. Yes? In the meantime, the opposition leader, Mr. Mark Golding, says, well, he made a very serious accusation on Tuesday afternoon after he went onto the streets. He accused the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions of lagging in its efforts to lay charges against persons apart from Gina and Panton implicated in the multi-million-dollar fraud at Stocks and Securities Limited. Of course, you know, only one person, the former wealth advisor, Gina and Panton, has been actually charged in connection with the fraud. Well, Mr. Golding, when he went outside the Parliament to complete his speech on Tuesday, accused the DPP, that they have been tardy, and accused the government of not publicly revealing the contents of the report from the Kroll forensic auditors. Here's what he said, and then you'll hear the response of the finance minister.
Jamaica's iconic global track superstar, the Honorable Usain Bolt, and many other innocent investors were carried down in the scandalous SSL fiasco, and we can't hear anything about charges being brought against the culprits. I have been told that the DPP's office is dragging their feet when there are a number of people that the Financial Investigations Division are seeking to bring charges against. In fact, in August last year, the Gleaner carried a report from the FID that there were several persons that they were intending to move against with charges. That report is no longer on the Gleaner website, but I am told that the DPP's office is dragging their feet on this.
Dragging their feet on this. According to Mr. Golding, a commission of inquiry is needed into the SSL matter. He said he also wanted the Finance Minister, Dr. Nigel Clark, to publish the report compiled by the UK-based forensic auditing firm Kroll Associates. Yes?
The Kroll forensic report, which has cost taxpayers millions of dollars, was delivered to the government months ago. It must be released to the public so we can see what the findings are. Jamaica will not accept a cover-up of this shameful debacle, which has tainted our country's reputation as a safe and well-regulated place for Jamaicans at home and abroad to save and invest. In fact, a commission of inquiry into this SSL scandal will be needed.
Mark Golding. Well, the Finance Minister responded yesterday afternoon. Dr. Nigel Clark said the opposition leader has distorted the facts surrounding the SSL matter.
Mr. Golding is desperately grandstanding on this matter. He is not responding to the facts, but instead he's responding to a fabricated set of circumstances. With respect to the investigation, our policy has been crystal clear from the beginning, and it is to leave no stone unturned, to follow the evidence wherever it may lead, and to get international help. As such, this government took the unprecedented step of procuring the services of an independent, multinational forensic audit firm that has no ties to Jamaica to support our local investigative bodies.
Dr. Nigel Clark, the Finance Minister, he went on to say that it would be improper at this time to publish the findings of the report done by Kroll Associates.
As such, it would not serve the cause of justice, and it would not be prudent for us to speak about any of the findings of the report before the matter goes to court. The findings support aspects of the case that are currently before the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. And I am highly confident that before too long, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions will make a ruling. And this government's policy of a transparent investigation, leaving no stone unturned, getting international help, and following the evidence wherever it shall lead, is the policy that is aligned with the achievement of justice in this matter.
And that's Nigel Clark, the Finance Minister. And surely, Mr. Golding knows that. Mr. Golding knows that. This is now a legal matter. Criminality took place at SSL. Crimes were committed at SSL. It has been placed before the court. It is going to the court. How can you, in all seriousness, Mark Golding, publish the findings of the forensic auditors? Huh? No, that's irresponsible. Downright irresponsible. You know better than that. You know better than that. What they would be doing is to throw away the case. And whoever commit the crime would smile. Come on, man. There's also another story in the Observer this morning. On its front page this time, orphans rescued. Haitian children arriving in Jamaica this morning after delicate operation. According to the Observer's front page story, written by its executive editor Vernon Davidson, just under 60 orphans from Haiti will arrive in Jamaica this morning in what has been described as a very delicate operation planned and executed by the Jamaican government and mustard seed communities with considerable assistance from a former United States ambassador to Jamaica. The 59 children, most of whom are under 18 years of age, are being accompanied by 13 members of staff from the orphanage located in an area north of Haiti's capital city, Port-au-Prince. So, They are coming, and we welcome them. Yes, the observers report the staff are necessary to help care for the children, all of whom are afflicted with disabilities. Plus, they are vital for communicating with the children, given the language barrier, a source close to the operation told the Observer on Wednesday. According to the source, the area where the orphanage is located is totally surrounded and controlled by gangs, which have subjected Haitians to bloodshed and mayhem since the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. 2 weeks ago, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang told Parliament's Standing Finance Committee that Jamaica had committed to accepting a number of orphans from Haiti in need of protection. Chang's announcement triggered a caution from Haitian politician Himmler Francois that while he understood the reason for the administration's decision, Jamaica could face several problems if it decided to take in the orphans. Quoting Francois, "While Jamaica opens its borders to the orphans, Jamaica has to make sure that the country has a system in place to prevent child trafficking." Francois, who is based in the United States, told the Jamaica Observer. However, Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith told journalists at last week's post-cabinet press briefing that there will be no wholesale movement of orphans from Haiti to Jamaica. Quoting Senator Johnson-Smith, "I saw a report that seemed to be of the impression that Jamaica was opening our borders to all Haitian orphans, or all persons claiming to be Haitian orphans, and that is not at all the case," Johnson-Smith said. There's an orphanage that is run by a private charity in Haiti that cares for just under 50 of the most disabled children who have been abandoned by their families. And a local charity, the Mustard Seed Communities, has been working with them for the past, and I would say, year. Yeah? So, Mustard Seed is a critical linchpin to this. Yes? According to the Observer's report, Mustard Seed has been receiving assistance from former U.S. Ambassador to Jamaica, Luis Moreno, who has considerable foreign service experience in Haiti. Yes? And the U.S. State Department also says while Moreno was in Haiti, he repatriated tens of thousands of Haitians, as well as directed 3 political asylum in-country processing centers. Right? So we are doing our bit, and we should do our bit. Yes? We can't open the borders to whosoever may come. Yeah, but I think this is welcomed, and I want to say thanks to the people, Father Gregory Ramkisoon, and his charity providers, his colleagues at Mustard Seed Communities. Yeah. One final thing. I see where Industry and Investment Minister Senator Aubin Hill making a very useful suggestion, which I don't think is novel, but the fact that it comes from a cabinet minister of his rank gives added weight to the proposal. He says financial institutions, including the National Housing Trust, the NHT, should roll the cost of renewable energy sources into the mortgages they offer their customers. Senator Hill says solar and even wind energy sources should be part of all houses being built.
I'd like to see where in due course there are 2 renewables that should be put on all houses that are built. I really believe that it is not government's policy. I really believe renewable water and renewable energy, solar, maybe wind in some places, must be a part of the build out. And I say that so that the financiers, the JN and VM and NCB and so on, can wrap that investment into the mortgage.
Excellent point. Excellent point. And I hope now that it's coming from the Minister of Industry and Investment, it will actually be implemented. Minister Hill was speaking at the Jamaica Pegasus in New Kingston on Tuesday at an event ahead of the planned REMAX Real Estate Conference set for April 14 in Jamaica. According to Senator Hill, the move will make home ownership more affordable over the long term.
Because if it keeps being separated from the mortgage, you have to two people put their mortgage together, or three, in some cases, and where you're going to find that $1.5–2 million more. But if you wrap it into a mortgage of 25 years, if you're young and you're 30 years, or your 30-year mortgage, you don't even feel it. It becomes a couple of dollars more, and it is something that you in this business should be lobbying for.
Yes, it makes sense. And there are other dividends apart from the more manageable payment for younger people, new, first-time homeowners. The dividends in terms of the energy, the electricity bills, that the householder would have to bear. That would be significantly reduced, and you recoup, you save, you make savings over the years. Because we know the biggest challenge for people going renewable is the capital cost, the initial cost to put it up. So if you do it this way, we reduce the electricity consumption. We also gain, we reduce our carbon footprints, as a country and as a member of the global community of humanity, with the struggles with climate change. So I think it's win-win-win-win. Or will the NHTs and the mortgage providers respond? I'd love to hear their response to this. You need to pressure them, Senator Hill. Keep on moving on it.